I'll come over here and we will go live. Yeah, we're live.
We're live. That's a little slow right there.
What's slow?
Your screen right there in front of you.
Of course it is. This is the live screen.
Oh, well, then the hello way over there.
The camera's right there.
I know. But the screen's over there.
The only reason I put this here is so that we could blow out the pop-up chat.
Oh, okay. Well, then I didn't need my laptop.
That's okay. Your laptop may be easier to see, so we'll
just be
blow
easier.
up the chat right here and say hello to Nursing Our Travel Bug Over the Hill RV, Camping Therapy,
RV on the Wayside, Over the Hill RV, our epic RV adventure. Hey, hey.
Good to see you.
And Daydream About Nice Things.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah, we're live this week.
Hey, Gary. Gary, that's how you say it in Alabama.
Gary.
Gary.
Quiet on the set. Can you hear us? Oh, we got the right trapping. I like that.
Wait a minute. What? Who's saying what? Y'all can't hear
Daydream
us?
says quiet on the set. Maybe it's because
quiet
we're live.
on the set.
Because
yeah.
we're live. Okay, I get it.
Actually, anybody named Gary around these parts, Gary, is named Gayro.
Gayro.
We just call him Gayro. Hey, Gayro.
All right.
But proud to see y'all on this Sunday. And as the thumbnail said, if you had a chance to look at the thumbnail,
we're RV-less right now. I miss her so much.
You sounded like a line from Mark's favorite movie, Raising Arizona. I love him so much. But yes, Matilda is in the shop.
She's in the shop.
So we are in a location we've never done a live stream from.
No, we have never done a live.
We've done it out in the yard a lot. And of course, we've done it from Matilda many times. We even tried it from work once, and it was almost the end of our live stream career when I tried it from my office.
Yeah.
But this is one of 4 or 5 bedrooms.
4 because we converted one to a laundry room.
We brought the laundry room upstairs. We don't live downstairs. We live up here. But this is one of our re-nesters' bedrooms.
Yeah, we got out again forever.
Yeah, he left. He came back. He left. He came back. And he left again. And is he in here?
Not yet. I don't think so.
Anyway, y'all know him. It's Aloha Conk, JW, our son, and Miss Elizabeth.
Yes.
And this was his bedroom. It was actually his and Clay's bedroom.
No, Clay.
That's why I put 2.
Clay had the laundry room.
It wasn't the laundry room
when
then.
Clay lived there.
Yeah, it wasn't the laundry room then. It was actually the original nursery. This house was built in the 70s, and it's amazing because our master bedroom has a closet that had a door that led right into the next room. which was very small. It was a smaller room, so I can only assume it was an original nursery, so that you go straight from the master bedroom right into that little room. Well, we closed that closet in and converted what probably was the laundry to what was the nursery into the
laundry room,
and made it sort of a small, narrow laundry room for ironing board, and we got a deep sink and a microwave and a fridge and all that stuff in there. So we kind of, and then we were able to move this wall back and put in a couple of closets on the other side of that wall. Anyway, I ain't important.
Matilda is getting some well-deserved maintenance, you know, sort of getting her toes did, her hair did, and all that, so that when we get ready to go to Mayberry, she'll be good.
I had a punch list about this long. The company in Dothan, Man Automotive, they work on large trucks and a lot of RVs, and as a matter of fact, they contract with Gander RV. Whenever you go to Gander RV to get your 30-point inspection or 30-point checklist done for an RV, they send you over to this company. Well, I've been friends with these guys for a long time, and we finally had some downtime, an opportunity to take her in. So the month of September, I think we'll get her back on like the 18th.
I hope so, because we have some friends coming in from Mississippi. As a matter of fact, they were the ones that we did the premiere on last week. They're coming in,
right? They're coming back. Mm-hmm. They're going to join us at Cotton Hill Park over in the Georgia Piney Woods on Lake Eufaula.
Yep.
And we're going to spend a few days with them. So we need Matilda back. Otherwise, we're going to be in a tent. And Miss Barbara says,
I don't do tents. I don't do tents.
You don't do
anyway,
tents.
So, yes, recumbent wanderings. I saw that on the news today on Fox News.
What is this?
It's a mango smoothie for you.
It is.
Anyway, what I was mentioning, BJ, it's been hot today, hot yesterday, and yes, snow by Tuesday. It's supposed to be It's supposed to be 32 Tuesday, in the hundreds. 2 days.
Oh no, in Colorado.
Colorado.
Oh yeah, no.
I was saying BJ.
I was looking at you. I thought you were talking about the local format. I mean,
no,
our forecast.
No. Colorado.
It was so hot. It's been hot here too. I mean, many days. I don't know where the thermometer is, the actual sensor is in my truck, but I'll climb in that truck on some days and be sitting on 120. That little thermometer up on the rear view, 120, and it feels it too. So it probably is inside the truck.
Yeah.
But it's been in the high 90s and the hundreds. In fact, I gave Gobi a bath yesterday and had to park her in the shade, because you know how it is when it's blazing 100 degrees and you wipe that soap on, it dries instantly. So cooled her off in the shade, gave her a bath, got the fender fixed. For those of you who saw Miss Barbara drive Matilda, that was a premiere we did 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about that.
And she did an excellent job. And I answered a bunch of comments on that video last night, trying to get caught up on comments. Folks, I'm not ignoring y'all. It's taking me a while to get to every little detail, like moving out of Matilda. We had to move everything out of Matilda. Not everything. I didn't empty all the basements. But we basically had to take, everything out of it, so that if they need to work around stuff, that they don't have to work around our stuff. So, but we are getting to all the comments, and where was I going with this? Something about a comment. I saw a comment. Oh, you got a lot of comments.
Well, anyway, you were talking about putting the bumper back on. That's where
so
you
if you
were
watch
going.
that video, if you haven't watched that video, go watch Miss Barbara Drives Matilda. It was her maiden voyage.
Yeah.
And she flew solo, and hey, not a problem. She enjoyed it. She loved it.
The right strapping has a question right there on top.
Okay, the
Can
right
you answer
strapping.
that?
I have a question. I got a 16-foot toy hauler Jayco camper and need to get a generator. Any good idea on which one? Well, it all depends, right strapping, on what do you intend to do with it. If you intend to Burn a few lights, have power for laptops and charging your phone and stuff like that. I would suggest one of the smaller Hondas because they are easy to start and extremely quiet and fuel efficient. They'll run forever on a gallon of gas. I don't even think you can put a gallon in them, some of them. But if you've got an air fryer or if you've got a Instapot, even a coffee pot or microwave, and you're going to intend to do that, then you need to move on up in wattage. You're going to need one that's rated anywhere above 2,500 would be my estimate. We have one that's 4,000 watts. I think we got ours. It's a Craftsman model. Everybody makes generators nowadays, and we found this one at Lowe's in January during the Tampa RV show. We had to have one. We were in dry camping, and we picked it up for $450, something like that.
Yeah.
And I think it had like a 2-gallon gas tank on it, and I'd put 2 gallons of gas in that thing, and it'd run 2 days solid. Our buddy Scott from This Nomadic Idea can attest to that because he heard it running 24 hours a day for 2 days. No, we didn't run it at night. We had quiet hours. We shut it down about 11, and we'd fire it up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. It was funny because all of them would fire them all up at the same time. 7 o'clock in the morning, you could watch your watch, just sitting there. They'd all. Everybody's getting ready to get that coffee pot going, but there's a lot more knowledgeable people about generators than I. Most of the generators I deal with are up in the kilowatt range that keep transmitters on the air for radio stations. So they're huge. They're Cummins, they're diesels, they're LP gas, they're things like that. But the one I have is rated at 4,500 to 5,000 watts, I think. And there's nothing we couldn't do with it. We could run everything with it, with the exception of AC. Now, if you're going to run AC, then you really are talking about getting some. There's folks in the room right now, Jerry Holly and Mike. I know Michael from our Epic RV Adventure, and who else is in there that can answer your? Oh, there's just a bunch of them in there that can answer your questions. For instance, Matilda has a 5,000 watt Marquee Onan, and it is rated to put out a solid, 35, 40 amps. She'll run both ACs on the generator. So there you go, 5,000 watts. If you're going to run one AC, you might want to get something a little less than that. And there's a lot of great videos too. So you're not talking to the expert on generators. I just know I got one that worked for us. And here's the way, most people go through and they take their amp meter and they go, well, this draws this, and this draws 3 amps, and this draws 15 amps. And I turn on the AC, both ACs, I'm drawing 27 or 28 amps. And they go through the whole thing. They add it all up and they go buy a generator. I buy a generator, crank it up and start flipping things on until the generator pops the breaker. And that is my limit. Now I know how far I can push that generator. But here is something that if I had to do it over again, the Craftsman generator is excellent. We keep it here at the house. I said I was going to resell it, put it on Craigslist. I haven't yet because I put less than, 50 hours on it. It's basically brand new. And I said, I put it up on Craigslist. We don't need it. But we have so many power outages, tornadoes, and hurricanes down here on the Gulf Coast and everything. Might as well just keep it because we'll need it. But if I had to say one thing about generators, quiet. Find the quietest generator, and it's not for you, it's for your camp neighbors, because there's nothing worse than to be sitting in the camp, sitting by the lake. You got your pad out there and your awning out and your chairs. You got a little music going, not loud, but you got a little music going. You got a cool in your hand, and right next door to you, it's just running all afternoon. And they make them quiet. Even the larger ones, they can make them quiet. Now, you probably pay more money. Like I said, we paid $450 for the Craftsman. I can just about tell you, none of that money went to a muffler or sound suppression. That thing is loud. I have to think about it when I'm going to use it. Which side of the RV am I going to put it on? I might even have to put it on the side where we live, just to keep it from bothering the neighbor on the other side. But you need the right wattage. You need the right connections, whether you got a 3-prong 30 amp or a 4-prong 50 amp. You don't want to have to use any kind of a pigtail. You want to buy a generator made for RV so you can just plug it right in. And you want to go for quiet and fuel efficiency. All of those things are going to cost you a little more money, but it'd be well worth it in the long run. So as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I got to say about that. That was enough, wasn't it?
That was enough. You kind of, yeah, that was enough. Anyway.
There's the Aloha Cog. Hi, Cody. Hi, Cody. Did Cody
She
just
came
walk
over
through?
here and I was scratching her back and you could see her tail wagging behind us.
Oh, that was Cody. Cody has been to the doctor. She is our problem child. She has swimmer's ear infections in her ears. She's always had them. She loves to swim, and I don't know if that's got a lot to do with it, but she's been taking a strong regimen of antibiotics, as have I. I'll just give you a quick rundown of my week.
Whew.
What was it, Wednesday?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday, I get up with my 4th kidney stone. I named him A, B, C, D. This is D this time.
That was Delta. Mm-hmm.
This is D, and his name was Damien. He was the worst yet. The worst yet. So I lay in the emergency room in the fetal position for several hours, and they hit me with some morphine, anti-nausea medication, and while they were at it, they found an abdominal infection that they had to clear up. So they put me on a strong regimen of antibiotics and put me in the hospital bed for the night. And then Thursday, you know what they say? Oh, we'll get you out of here Thursday morning. What was it, 4 or 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon? Before I finally got home. 3. Finally got home after wallowing in the hospital bed. So I feel great now. I'm on a antibiotic for the infection, and so is Cody. Are you taking any antibiotics right now?
No.
Just figure we'd get
I'm
the whole
taking
family on it.
Ricky.
So.
Ricky.
Anti-Ricky. Okay, the mic is all yours, Miss Barbara.
Why?
Well, I thought that's what that comment meant.
No. Since we moved out of Matilda for a few days, I hope, because I did tell Ricky to let them know that if they took too long, I was moving into the parking lot. But all his computer gear and all his stuff is all set up here, and he has been in this room editing nonstop since we got everything out of Matilda. But
with a note, I want to put a note on that. Tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time, will be who's on at 8 o'clock? Do we know?
I don't remember.
Before I just go and fire off a time or something.
There's been a lot of changes. So,
if there's anybody, if y'all know in the chat area,
I know POA is coming on instead of nursing our
travel bug,
and somebody's coming on instead of Beyond Beauty 3. But anyway.
So anyway, in the chat area, if anybody knows who's coming on at 8 o'clock tonight, I don't want to blow anybody out, but I do have a premiere video I want to put up. And me and Miss Barbara's going to sit around and chat with you folks over it. Oh. I didn't want to wait till next week because I'm on a roll.
He'll do another video.
It's not often that I get on a roll and you go back through all of that footage that you have, and you're finally starting to put videos together. And I think I've had 3 videos out in 2 weeks. And buddy, I haven't had anything out since March.
Bob's Adventure on Wheels is coming in for BB3, and I see that Slow Momentum's coming on at 8 o'clock Eastern. So thank you guys for keeping us straight. I like did you see RVers live?
RVers live. I am wearing clean boxers. This is. I'm not supposed to read that?
No, you are. Read the whole thing. I'm wearing clean boxers.
I am wearing clean boxers. This is RV underwear. Right so. I just wanted to share my boxers are skid free or less skid than before. Yay. I'm with you. I'm with you. And I'll tell you, we're going to go ahead and do this anyway. Tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern, that'll be 8 o'clock our time.
Okay.
That'll be after slow-mo, or at least an hour after slow-mo starts, because you know slow-mo, KT, he gets on there, and whether he's driving or he's working with the ducks or he's on there with...
well, 8 o'clock Eastern, that's 7 o'clock our time.
Oh, that says Eastern?
Yeah, right there, the big word, Eastern.
Okay, Jerry Holly says slow-mo is coming on at 8 o'clock Eastern. I don't see anything else down here. At 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock our time. No, that won't work. That's 8 o'clock Eastern. 8 o'clock Eastern is 7 o'clock
our time.
This is why I hate time travel movies. You know, you go back in time and you date your grandmother, and then you end up like me.
You dated your grandmother?
No, I may be a result of something like that, though. You know, that is inbreeding.
I know.
And we are in the South.
And that's why you met me and brought me down here.
Damn right. I should tell that story. So, in fact, now would be a good time. I'm not going to tell it right this minute. We're going to go ahead and get caught up with folks. I love RV Underway. I love you all. You should be on the radio. You have that voice.
He is sometimes on the radio.
That voice. That voice that makes me absolutely no money whatsoever. I used to love it when Thin Blue Lane, Bill, would get right up on that microphone. That has to do with a voice.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Excellent voice. Thin Blue Lane. Of course, he had a great mic, too. I think he had a Rode mic. The Wrights Trapping, Jerry Holly. Want to say hello to Jerry Holly, and Miss Barbara already did, I know, but I'd like to say hello to Jerry Holly and John over at RV Traveling MIA.
Idle Cruises.
John
and Sea.
John over at RV Traveling MIA Researchers and Idle Cruises on Land and Sea. Hello, all. I hate kidney stones. Lisa from Lisa Summers says, I hate kidney stones. Well, try the vegetables. I got a joke for you. Good dad joke.
Okay.
A good dad joke.
Okay. Is there such a thing? But okay.
A weasel goes into a bar.
Yeah.
A weasel goes into a bar. Bartender says, I don't believe we've ever had a weasel in this bar. So, weasel, what'll you have? And the weasel says, what do you think the weasel says?
A pop? Oh, Lordy.
A pop for the weasel.
Pop goes.
I'll have a pop. Not my best dead joke, but actually that is probably a dead joke. D-E-A-D.
Yeah.
Dead joke.
Yeah.
Dead joke. So a rope goes into a bar. And he walks up to the barkeep and he says, give me a sarsaparilla. And the barkeep looks at him and says, you're a rope, ain't you? Rope says, yep. We don't serve ropes in here. So the rope runs out the back door in the alley, and he is just beside himself. he's out there just flipping around and twisting and fraying and turning and getting all messed up. And he goes back in and he stands up at the bar and he says, "Barkeep, I want a sarsaparilla." And the barkeep says, "Ain't you that rope that was just in here earlier?" And the rope looks at him and says, "Nope, I'm afraid not."
Oh, good grief.
I'm afraid. For the slow ones, I'm afraid not. You know, KNOT. Take over there, baby. I'll be right back.
All righty. I see that Mike and Shelley, that you guys may be coming down in our area in a couple of weeks. We hope so. It'd be great to see you. Yeah, he's gone just for a few minutes, and don't be laughing your butt off, please, because that didn't deserve it. It really didn't. See what I have to do, what I have to live with? I know y'all feel for me. I feel for me. But hey, I guess it keeps it interesting. All right. Yeah. I knew the dating your grandmother thing was Back to the Future, but I couldn't help it. So anyway, oh, he was him dropping that and leaving. Yeah, and I'm not sure why he's leaving, but he just, does that to me every so often, and then I'm kind of stuck trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. But hey, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yes, Matilda's in the shop. I miss her terribly. I had it really set up, all my TV shows. I had my internet set up, my smart TV going. And even though we have the internet set up in the house, we don't have the smart TV. So I'm not getting caught up on some of the binge watching that I was doing. But hey, Ricky is at least catching up on some of the videos that he's been doing.
You sure I'm not? You don't know why? Why?
They want more dad jokes. Well,
dad, DEAD jokes?
Well, they said dad, jokes. Not dead.
Dad jokes. Well, see, the problem is, here's the problem.
Here's
what the problem is. Most of my jokes ain't clean jokes. For those of you who want to hear a slightly off-color joke, then we're going to have to get a separate little group together at Mayberry with a few beers, and I got them. They're not terrible. They're not real bad, but they're not for mixed company. But I do have a lot of dead jokes. My favorite jokes are elephant jokes. Those are my favoriteest of all time.
But you only know one.
Well, no, I only have one absolute favorite.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I'll ask it of the folks in that are viewing and those who can chat. This is my favorite elephant joke of all time. What is the one main similarity between an elephant and a grape? Aloha conch, you cannot answer. You cannot answer. Aloha conch, Elizabeth or JW, because since it's my favorite joke and he grew up in this household, he knows it. What is the one main similarity between an elephant and a grape? Da, 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 da. How does the Jeep tow? I don't have Jeep toe. I've had athlete's foot before, but and I've had mistletoe, but I've never had Jeep toe. No, we don't know how the Jeep tows yet. I haven't bought the tow bar, and I did stop a guy yesterday who was coming back from Havasu, out west, Lake Havasu, and him and his wife are coming back in a Class C with a Jeep behind it. And they stopped at a store where I happened to be yesterday, and you know how RV folks are. I go walking across the parking lot going, "Hey, can I ask y'all a question?" And I know they probably thought, "Oh, here comes a panhandler. Oh my God." And And I pointed to our Jeep, Gobi, and I said, that's my Jeep right there. Me and my wife have an RV, and I was just wondering if you'd show me how your hitch works, you know, the actual mounting bracket under the front, the frame of the Jeep. That's one of the questions I have. Buddy, you know how RVers are. That question resulted in a solid 30 minutes of chit-chatting about RVing and places to go and people to see and towing your Jeep and stuff like that. And he said that Jeep has rolled down the highways over 100,000 miles with them, yet he's only driven the Jeep 20,000 miles. And there's only 20,000 miles on the odometer, because if you know anything about a Jeep, it won't clock the odometer when you're towing it. So 100,000 miles, and he's only driven it 20, got 20,000 miles on the odometer. But he says, tows like a dream. And he showed me the bracket. Me and him got down in the parking lot and got up under it and looked at it. And meanwhile, the puppy dog in the RV was having a fit because Mom and Daddy was supposed to run in the store and come right back. And there was this stranger out there preoccupying their time. Da, 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 da. Did we get any answers on this? More
no. But anyway, hello to Lucky Dog production moderator.
That is Sue. Hey, Sue, how you doing?
And also, who else did I see that was up here? Oh, RV Adventure Couple. Good to see you guys.
RV Adventure Couple. Great to see y'all. 21 folks in the room. We appreciate it.
Tell them what the difference. You got to tell the whole joke over again.
Here's the joke. What is the one main similarity between an elephant and a grape? They're both purple, except for the elephant, and he's gray. RVers live. That dude like walks on the edge, or I don't know, a guy, gal.
He's just like you.
Look at.
Well, you're the one that said camel toe.
I did not say that.
Oh, okay. No, you said mistletoe and something else. What else did you say?
I've had athlete's foot mistletoe.
Okay.
I've never had Jeep toe.
Oh.
I didn't say camel toe.
Yeah, come again. Yeah, come again.
Come again, nursing our travel bug. No, they're both purple, okay? Except for the elephant, and he's gray.
Makes no sense.
Why can't an elephant ride a tricycle? He doesn't have a little finger to ring the bell with. How many elephants does it take to shingle a roof? Only one if you slice him real thin. That's my worst elephant joke right there. How do you make an elephant float? Well, you take 650 pounds of ice cream and you take an elephant. How do you know if an elephant's How do you know if an elephant's been in your refrigerator? There's footprints in the Jell-O. I love it. RV folks.
Yes, they get worse and worse, Lisa. Worse and worse.
You see an RV couple in a parking lot, ask them a question, you might as well get ready. I had called Miss Barbara to ask her if she needed anything from the stove. And
you said you'd be home in it's about 15, 20 minutes from there. And an hour later, you're still not home.
And then I bumped into a fellow Jeep lover. Not that we're super Jeep enthusiasts. We just always wanted a Jeep. We're not one of those that accessorize it highly, but met one of those, and he kind of liked the Jeep. And so there's all kinds.
You got a new elephant joke.
All right. Elephant joke here. What do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino? What do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino?
The answer is right there.
Elephino.
Elephino.
Elephino. What time is it when an elephant sits on your fence?
Get a new fence.
Time to get a new fence. Hey, what did Tarzan say when he saw all the elephants running down? I know this joke doesn't work because Tarzan was Africa and elephants are India, but anyway, what did Tarzan say when he saw all the elephants running down the road toward him? He said, "Look, there come the elephants."
There are elephants in Africa.
I know there are.
Okay.
They're different kinds, but
Yeah, but
okay. Now, what did Tarzan say when he seen the elephants running down the road toward him wearing sunglasses? He didn't say nothing because he didn't recognize them. Matilda is in the shop. And we need to get her back quick because live streams like this, you folks going to get mighty tired of right away. 21 folks in the room, 21 folks in the room at 3:35 Central Time, 3:35 Central Time. And your temperature is 97 degrees with a relative humidity of 82.
that wasn't patience on my face, Lisa. That was pain.
What does a clock do when it's hungry? Go ahead.
It goes back for seconds. 4 seconds.
How do you circumcise a sperm whale?
Fox News update.
I must have badmouthed some veterans in a graveyard in France.
Oh, be careful.
I'm serious. I got to check the news just to make sure I ain't done nothing wrong. Good God Almighty. Anyway, no, we won't get political. Anyway, how do you circumcise a sperm whale?
I know I've heard this before, but I've chose to forget it.
Well, first you get 4 skin divers. That's it. John knew it. John knew it.
Ricky got his phone replaced a couple months back, and
I dropped it in the creek. Remember?
Yeah, the good one.
They know that.
And for whatever reason, when he gets a notification on his phone, it came up that Fox News thing, and he didn't do it himself. It just was there. And
wait a minute.
You don't even know how to get rid of it.
Back up.
Okay.
Computers are I/O. Which means whatever you put in, you get out.
Yeah.
So to sit here and say, I didn't do that. Yeah, I pushed a button somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I did something somewhere. It's like that email you get. Now, you do get a lot of unsolicited emails, but a lot of times you'll get emails and you'll get aggravated with them because it says, you signed up for this email newsletter. And I'm thinking, oh, the heck I did not. Well, you remember that one website you went to where you really wanted just to get to that product so you could see that product and maybe order one? And there was a bunch of questions along the way and you just said, yeah, get out of the way. You signed up for it. So I/O, in and out, garbage in, garbage out. Computers don't do anything, not yet. They're not AI yet. They don't do anything without you telling them to. So other than crash, sometimes you don't.
Our epic adventure was talking about, yes, when we talk about meeting RV people and talking with them, they came down to meet us, say hello to us in January, and 3 days later, we went our separate ways. We absolutely love them.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to get back out on extended trips away from our immediate area because we know all these folks around here. Let me get out there and meet some new folks. Had a chance to go to the lake last night and do a little picking and grinning, but normally we would go. We just go to the gate and say, we're here to see so-and-so, but they're locking, I'll let Miss Barbara tell you, but they're really locking down on visitors to at least the Corps of Engineer Parks.
Well, the Corps of Engineer Parks, at least out here, used to be anybody could come and visit if you knew what site they were at and all that sort of stuff. But now they're restricting restricting the number of people that come in. And when you go into the park the first time to register, you have to tell them who's visiting you, and they're supposed to be staying overnight. But we weren't going to stay overnight. We didn't have Matilda with us, so we didn't get a chance to go and pick and grin.
Long as that's not DC.
I don't think he means DC.
I'd love to come to Washington. Portland, Oregon, maybe not. Washington, yeah, I'll go to Washington. I feel so bad for Jerry Holly. Not Jerry Holly, Jerry and Teresa.
Being from Oregon and up there in that area, it's gorgeous. We'll make it one day. Hopefully not too far.
Well, there's a plan that several RVers, Our Epic RV Adventure, perhaps Wayward Waggs, Happy Place Diaries, Jerry and Teresa, meet up in one of your favorite places, Colorado, and then from Colorado head west.
Yeah, I'm game.
And the ultimate end to that trip would be Alaska.
Well, actually, the ultimate end to that trip will be being back home.
Well,
But
if
the
we've
goal would be Alaska.
sold our house by then,
We wouldn't have a
we're home wherever we are.
Well, we
I've
better
got a-
sell the house by then.
I've got a question. That gentleman I met in the parking lot yesterday and spoke with for quite a while, him and his
Hey,
wife.
Linda.
Hey, Linda
Hey.
Barker.
POA. Hello, hello.
Oh, POA. Good to see
Yeah.
y'all. I got a question for y'all in the chat area. The gentleman in the parking lot yesterday told me it is illegal to live in your RV. Now, let me explain that. He said basically if you call the power company and put up a power pole and you get plumbing, you get water, you get sewage, septic tank sewage, whatever you get, it's illegal in most states to pull your RV to that site and live in it like a house trailer, a double wide, or a home, sticks and bricks. You can't live in your RV. He was telling me this because I said I've got some land and I just want to go over there and put some power in and maybe a septic tank and go ahead and get some water, a well, or get county water so that we have that place to come off the road.
Mm-hmm.
And just set the RV up and live in it. He said, make sure you don't tell anybody that's what you're doing because you can live in the RV as long as you're traveling and you're staying in state parks and private parks and you're staying in Corps of Engineers and you're staying in BLM and you're, things like that. But to set up residency, to live in your RV, he told me that
Well, he said
they
he
won't
would
let you do
tax
that.
you. He would
Well, the
tax
taxes
you.
are one thing, but if they find out it's an RV, it's not made to be lived in full time. I don't know. Have any of y'all ever heard that?
Well, POA says just in some cities or some states. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's probably it. He's I think he said he owns land in South Carolina and he has some land down at Panama City in Florida, and he wanted to see if they could sell some of their land in South Carolina and buy some land in Colorado, maybe down around Pagosa Springs or
because even
Durango.
Even here, when we remodeled the house, if we were in Houston County in the Dothan area and remodeling our house, we would have had to get a whole bunch of
permits.
Oh,
yeah.
And we didn't have to get anything when we remodeled this house because we're out in the country.
We're in the county, right?
So anyway, recreational area clause, possibly. An HOA, possibly.
Homeowners Association?
Well, homeowners association won't let you even have the RV on your property. Some of them. You can't even have it in your driveway.
Well, the Aloha Cock says, yes, he's right. What do you know about that, Aloha? I mean, do you know anything specific about that? Have you asked that question and gotten an answer or contemplated that? You can. You may send you a link. You want to come on?
That's Elizabeth, I think, because she
Is
said
it
JW
Elizabeth?
was working.
JW is working.
So
I heard that
Brilliant.
more than once. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
I
That's
mean,
cool.
I think it's a city or a county ordinance, depending on where you live. So I don't think Henry County, Alabama, we don't have nothing in here yet to sway it.
RVers Live. They do it all over the place here in Cali. Some of the RVs paper and never move on the side of the roads all over here. Just pull in the beach and stay. It's okay. Now I've seen that. I've seen news stories on that where they just they're the homeless.
Yeah.
Basically, you find yourself a little banger RV or trailer and just pull it on the side of the road at the beach and live in it. You cannot park permanent residency depending on your state. Anyway, I had not even contemplated that issue until he mentioned it yesterday, because he told me, he said, here's what you do. Call the power company, have them put up a pole, or you put up the pole, have them come put a meter in, drop some power, and then go ahead and get a septic tank or request county sewage and water or whatever you have. And that's the extent of it. You don't tell them you're going to be living there, just tell them, well, I'm going to, maybe occasionally pull my RV up here. I might even build a house one day. I just want power up here. Just don't elaborate that you are going to live in your RV on that site permanently. Although that would be the last thing me and Miss Barbara want to do, is be permanent anywhere. We want a place so that when we can come off the road, I don't even think we're going to keep, when we finally get rid of this house, I don't think we're going to keep home of record in Alabama. I started out in Florida. I'd easily go back to Florida for home of record because of the tax situation and everything else. We'd probably do home of record in Florida and maybe get an address down in Florida or something like that. For power company to do that, the land got to be owned. I know.
We have some land.
We do own.
We have some undeveloped land. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's farmland. It probably hasn't been farmed in the past 4 or 5 seasons, but we used to lease it and farmers would farm it. And part of it's in thick hardwood, just woods, and part of it is in cleared land. And of course, on the cleared land, we get it top of a hill and put a slab in and get it all set up for an RV, and even build an aluminum building next to it for storage and possibly to live in if a storm comes or something like that. I'm not talking a portable building. I'm talking a steel reinforced, built aluminum building there. Y'all are in Alabama. I was born in Montgomery, Alabama. The Wrights trapping. Well,
Yeah, that's from, now he's in Washington State.
Born in the home of the biscuits.
Probably was, anyway. I was going to say, I don't think the Biscuits were there that long ago. I don't know how old he is.
Biscuits have been a farm league team for,
I don't know. I'm
probably
sorry.
100 years now.
I didn't realize they were
Now, they may not have been called the Biscuits. They may have been the Montgomery A's or something. Okay. They all had different names, but Montgomery's had a farm league team for our Uncle Jack.
Yeah. Your Uncle Jack?
My Uncle Jack was played for Alabama farm leagues. Yeah. He was good. He almost made it. He was a handsome one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Jack was the best looking one of all of them. And then I came along and I took over that role. So.
Well, Kathy's Outdoor Adventure, we're glad that you're listening while you're working. We appreciate that very much. We don't know if we want to call it a business, Lisa, but we thought we would put some RV hookups. Got to go to Mexico, land cheap on the ocean, great Mexican food, and good cheap.
Tequila.
Cheap
tequila.
Beach, water, ocean.
Beach. No, that, if we're going to go up on top of the hill and put in power, I would go ahead and maybe get like 400 amp service to a main pole and maybe build like 3 slabs. And that way we could have friends.
Absolutely.
Sort of like a Blue Wave Odyssey and Blue Wave Odyssey and Blue Sky Odyssey.
Yes.
That's Bob and Debbie and down in Naples. And what they want to do is go out west. I don't know if it's Forsyth or that area, but go out west, Arizona, New Mexico, somewhere out there and find some property so that they can basically build not a business. They don't want to be tied down to a business, but they want to own some land where they can put some slabs in or just clear some area and have power so that they can have get-togethers with RV friends, and I think it's a great idea. And I have a funny feeling that, number one, RV sales are up.
Yeah.
And we know that from the radio business because we keep track of all those numbers and basically the trends so that we can go to a client like Dixie RV, Bama RV, Gander RV, Discount General RV, and all these big RV companies and say, look, here's the numbers. People are hitting the road. RV rentals are up.
Yeah.
RV sales are up. And RV sites are full. Those that are open. So, but I do have to tell you, it was a ghost town last week.
Well, this whole summer has been a little odd. I mean, except for 4th of July week.
For the Corps of Engineer part.
For the ones in our area.
Because there are a lot of restrictions. You can't have any friends. Whoever comes there has to be someone who's sleeping in your RV. They have to be part of the, they can't just come to visit like normal. But
do the breaking news up there.
Replacing Super Dave, and he is going to jump Gina at Quartzsite. We are building a ramp for Bob's Adventures on Wheels.
Scooter life forever.
Now Elizabeth is in there as Elizabeth, so maybe JW is Aloha Khan.
I think she's on 2 computers.
Oh, she's on 2 computers. So that means
anyway.
And that means there's 22. And it just jumped to 22. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. And let me go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, let me go ahead and finish that thought. Hit the thumbs up. If you have not hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. We're not doing anything else till you hit the thumbs up.
Oh, it's gone up. It was at 12. Now it's at 16.
There's 22 of you in the room.
17.
17.
Going green, Mom.
I don't even care if you give me a thumbs down. Just hit a thumb. Okay, hit a thumb. One or the other.
18.
We're getting close. There's 23 in the room.
Now we got 22.
All right, that's good enough. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Any thumbs down?
No.
Well, there will be one now because I said it. There will be. Anyway, what I wanted to finish my thought on, we're about 8 minutes out. I wanted to finish my thought on the premiere. I have a video ready. It's a product review, and I think you'll like it, especially those of you who travel and have kayaks.
This is in my face.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead and take that down. It's in your face. Which one is it? Breaking news. So you gotta find it. Take it off.
I think you go a little bit higher. There you go.
Right there. So you
now hide it.
Hide it.
There
Okay.
you go. I'm back.
Tonight, let's see. He's going at 8:00 Eastern. That is 7:00 Central. I'll go at 9:00 Eastern, which is 8:00 Central.
Okay.
9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central. Is that clear? 9:00 Eastern, 8:00 Central, 7:00 Mountain.
Oh, don't
6
don't
o'clock
stop,
Pacific.
stop.
And hell, I don't know what time it is in Hawaii. But Aloha Conk or Elizabeth knows if it
Probably
is.
does.
Yeah. If it is 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, which is 8 o'clock Central, what time will it be in on the Big Island? I am going to premiere a video. We're going to premiere a video tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. We'd like you to join us, and we'll just chit chat about the video. It's not long. It's only about 15 minutes. And we can get together, get yourself a cup of coffee and join us, or a libation, because we're off tomorrow for most of us. A lot of us aren't, but most of us are, including me, unless something breaks. But join us tonight at 8 o'clock Central. That's 9 o'clock Eastern. And if I keep saying that, I'm going to confuse myself again.
Well, then don't say it anymore. Just
8 o'clock Central. Join us with a cup of coffee after supper, and or mix yourself a little adult beverage, and join us for 15 minutes. It's a fun video. I think you'll get a blast out of it, and you'll learn something too. Perhaps one day you'll own kayaks and you'll want to know how to get them around. Well, I'm going to show you. We're going to show you. I'm going to show you, actually. I don't think Miss Barbara had anything to do with this video, except just left me alone so I could edit it. She does that anyway, though. She doesn't bother me. Unless she wants me to do something. That's kind of typical. Elephants.
Let's see. Bob Perdue said he was smoking a beef butt, and
he's smoking what kind of reefer? What?
Beef.
What do you? Oh, beef butt.
You know,
dude. I don't even know how you keep that thing lit. Smoking a beef butt. That's like the guy that said, a farmer buddy of mine said I should try horse manure on my strawberries. I'm never doing that again. I'm sticking with whipped cream. Ba-dum. I was smoking a beef butt, and my board. Let me find it. Where is it? I gotta scroll down. I was smoking a beef butt, and my board went out. Now I need a new board. EAP customer service was great. They are sending me a new board and free stuff. Whoa. Oh, in your smoker. The board went out. I guess it's electronic. I would imagine. Ooh. Yeah. Thought for a minute there you were talking about a Blackstone. I want a Blackstone so bad. They're not really that expensive.
Okay. We just got all sorts of appliances.
We do have a lot of appliances. And truth be known, I can probably do pretty well with our, what is that, Oster griddle? Is that an Oster, O-S-T-E-R?
It is, but it's just a...
It's just a fry pan, electric fry pan. But I mean, you can fry eggs and pancakes and do everything else. Trying to talk myself out of a Blackstone. But first, we got to get Matilda out of the shop, and I have no idea what all that big list of
it's going to cost you, which is why you haven't purchased the towing.
Equipment. I haven't done anything until I see what my budget looks like after I get her out of the shop.
Get her out of the shop.
Last time she was in the shop, it was about $5,000. That was a previous owner, and he had them do everything. I mean, everything.
Okay.
But the main thing that needed to be done, and you've heard me say this before, was the exhaust manifold gasket. I got blow-by going on there. I'm losing compression. So that needs to be fixed. Otherwise, you could burn a valve and stuff like that. So I don't want that to happen. And plus, we got to make that trip to Mayberry.
And
when is it, by the way?
Mayberry
is it early in the month?
No, it's middle of October.
Middle of October. Mm-hmm. And here it is early in September. So we're still 5-6 weeks away.
My face is covered again.
I'm sorry. Well, just get a taller chair. Stand up. It's all those folks who are posting those long paragraphs is what it is.
You got to put them on there so you can read them.
If you just put something on there like that right there, that still covers your face up, doesn't it? Sure do. Sure do.
You just got to leave it on for a little while. All right. So we got POA coming on next.
POA.
And that's in less than a minute. We got
Our Epic RV Adventure, Jerry Holly, one of our moderators. If you could post POA, proceeding onward in America for what's their names? POA.
Fabian.
Fabian was that name I kept getting hung up on. Fabian. Y'all go ahead and ease on over there and check them out.
Can I go over there?
We just don't sit still.
No, they move around a lot.
Proceeding onward in America.
Yes.
You would have to do it on this one to post here, but
I can post under my name.
You could post under your name. So go see Proceeding Onward in America. Join us tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central for a premiere and a chit chat while we're watching it and enjoying each other's company tonight at 8 o'clock Central. 8 o'clock Central. Don't miss that premiere and go see Proceeding Onward in America, POA, right now. Thank everybody for being here. Thank our moderators, Jerry Holly, and our Epic RV Adventure, Michael and Shelley and Talon. We love y'all. And until we see you again, fair winds and following seas.
Bye-bye, y'all.